everybody, this is Wendy from Wendolonia, and today I'm going to do a walkthrough of my 2018 Traveler's Notebook for Christmas. I tend to do one of these almost every month, but obviously there's a lot more going on at Christmas, so this one is nice and big and fat. So fat, in fact, that I had to put a little rubber band around it. I have this cord stuff here, like this, that I bought. It's just elastic cord, and I often use it to keep my traveler's notebooks closed. This time I just tied it quickly. I think I might try and do something a little more interesting, put a little charm on it or something, maybe, I don't know, or I'll just leave it as it is. So that's on there just so it'll stay closed. You can see how super fat it is this year. That's because there's all kinds of goodies inside of it. So quickly, just to kind of walk through the front, I probably should say before I start that I actually made this traveler's notebook. I was actually going to do a video about how I put it together, and I never got around to it. So now I'll just show you the finished product. So this is some cute gingham fabric paper, and on top I put a giant Xmas 2018 with some old basic gray letters, and then some stickers from my stash. Say the story, and there's a little gingerbread man. So this book has lots of little goodies in it because I made it myself. So I'm going to kind of go through and show you these as we go along. So this first layout is just a space filler. Honestly, I was done and I still hadn't put anything on this page, so I had to find something to put there. And every year I take my old paper source calendars, which I get every year, and I cut them up. I make them into envelopes. I cut out the shapes that I like, the images I like I fussy cut them, that sort of thing. So, because the artwork is so cute, I don't want it to go to waste. So for this one, I took this Christmassy bear and I cut him out, and I just taped him down into this front page, and I stamped out "Let's Celebrate" as sort of an introduction. So this first spread is from my office Christmas party. I work part-time for a company doing some social media stuff, and I was invited to the Christmas party this year. This is my husband and my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law. My sister-in-law works at this company, which is kind of how I ended up starting there. So it's just a fun celebration. I love these little leatherette rose gold letters. And then I think this is from Felicity Jane. I think these are also. And so just sort of some fun pictures from that night. Next, I have a spread with some of the Christmas bentos I made for Augie this year. I make Christmas holiday bentos around pretty much every holiday, and Christmas ones are some of my favorites to make. So I just thought I'd kind of capture that. I have a little bit of glittery washi Christmas trees on here, and then just some of the photos I took of the little bentos I made. Super simple page about Christmas puzzles. I like to do puzzles over Christmas break. This year I did, I think, 3, but I only took pictures of 2. So I just stamped out Christmas puzzles and a little bit of washi, and then the background paper that was part of the album, and that was it. Okay, so here's where we start to get into the fun stuff. Part of what I added into this album were pocket pages. So that allows me to do some kind of fun stuff with sequins. If you follow Dearly D here on YouTube, you've probably seen her do some of these sequin pockets, and I loved the idea, so I decided to give it a try myself. So this is from a slumber party that my son went to with one of his good friends. I put in the turquoise sequins because of all the pool pictures, and then I sealed off each of the pockets with the photos and the sequins using my it's like a Martha Stewart heat tool, and then I use, oh, what's the brand name? Like, I think it's We Are Memory Keepers. They're sealing tools to make these individual pockets. So this is my least favorite page in the whole album. I realized as I started making the pockets that I didn't have anything prepared to go on the back of them. So I quickly threw in some snowflake sequins, and I didn't break them apart. And so you can kind of see they've already started ripping the plastic because they're a little bit thicker, and they poke into it. And then I forgot to do this, and just overall it doesn't look good, but it's kind of too late now. So I'm just going to leave it. Maybe I could put stickers or something over these to make it look better. That's actually not a bad idea. Okay, so this here page is a new store that opened by my house in Berkeley. And it's like I created a store filled with things that I'm interested in buying. So there's stationery, pens, notebooks. Everything's arranged in rainbow order, but the kicker is that they have an entire wall of bento boxes displayed in rainbow order. And I mean, I love bento boxes, so it's so fun to go in and check it out. The background of this is some washi. You can't really see it because the photos were almost as wide as it, but I used every rainbow washi tape that I had on this page and then stamped out Top Drawer, which is the name of the store, in rainbow order. Oops. Okay, this is another kind of filler page. Very simple. It's got the glittery background, and I just put down some pictures of the lights on our Christmas tree. We have these cool sort of glasses where if you put them on, you can look at the Christmas tree lights, and they change all the lights into individual shapes. So this is a gingerbread man, snowflakes, Santa Claus, candy canes, and I just put the glasses in front of my camera and took the picture, and they came out. It's kind of fun. So it's a tradition, just a little thing that we do every year. We like to delight our guests by having them put on the glasses. So it's a fun thing for our family. Next up is some pictures of my family when we went into San Francisco for some Christmas fun. We had a fancy dinner out, and we just took some pictures of ourselves. The waitress took one, some of the food. Okay, so next is another fun little feature. And what I have here is a little coin. I think they're for coins, like page protectors for coin collectors. So I put one of these in here. The other side, you'll see it a little farther back here. But I filled these up on New Year's Eve. Augie and his buddy came over. His buddy came over for a sleepover on New Year's Eve. And one of the activities we did was pour painting. So that was fun, and you can kind of see all the different things that we made. These are some more photos from our trip into San Francisco for fun. We've got Yeti art, Wyatt in front of some giant W's, me in front of the big Christmas tree in Union Square. These are the puppies at Macy's, a cute one of my son, cute one of me and my other son, and sort of a quick little explanation of what we did. This is some really old Studio Calico paper, and I loved it because it's this sort of city kind of idea. And then I had started off putting the journaling on a piece of vellum that I typed and cut into a tag shape, but then when I put it down on the paper, since the paper was black and white, it really was hard to read. So I cut a same-sized piece of red gingham paper and put it behind it, and then I taped the whole thing down with some more of those sparkly Christmas trees. Okay, so here's one of the super fancy pages. Again, I have one of these pocket pages and much happier with this one because it's all sequins. I just divided it up and filled each pocket. These are some Christmas tree sequins, some red, some stars, and back again. So just kind of a fun look. And I thought the Christmas trees were nice because of the big Union Square Christmas tree photo with my kids and my husband in front of it. And then the next page is same thing, obviously, the back of that. And then I slipped in a sheet with the snow globe that I bought for this year. Every year I buy a snow globe at Target with the date. I wasn't going to this year because we have quite a collection now. But then my husband and my kids were all like, hey, where's this year's snow globe? So I had to go out and get another one because I guess they like it too. Just a picture of our pretty Christmas tree at night. I love our Christmas tree, and so I always take a million pictures of it. And then you can kind of see there's a repeat motif with this tag here. I did almost exactly the same thing on this page, which is something I like to do to carry the repetition through the album. So again, I just typed my journaling, cut it into a tag shape, and taped it down. This is kind of about how we decorate our house for Christmas. This was the first year I've ever figured out how to get Christmas lights on the outside of our house. It brought me so much happiness this year to finally have Christmas tree lights on the front of our house. So, and then in these pockets, I just put a few more of the other things that we decorate with. Our advent calendar and Santa mugs, some candles, a little red house, the wreath on our front door, that kind of stuff. So it was fun. I just walked around the house taking pictures of different decorations that I liked, and then I printed them out in these small formats and slid them in. This is the page from Christmas morning. I suppose I should explain, I don't do my album in chronological order. As long as stuff happened in this month leading up to Christmas, I just put it in wherever I like the paper in the album. So this is from Christmas morning, all of us about to open our Christmas presents. We bought the kids a trampoline, so I printed out to give it to them. Obviously, you can't set up a trampoline in your living room, and there's no way we could set up the trampoline without them knowing about it. So instead, I just took a picture of the trampoline, and then I superimposed a photo of kids jumping on top of it and put my children's heads on it. And then I printed this out, and I wrapped it in a box, and they opened it. So it's kind of fun. Okay, so another Christmas Day photo. For the first time ever, I made a rib roast with the bones in, so kind of like prime rib. And I was really nervous because it was not an inexpensive cut of meat, and I didn't want to ruin it. But I looked up all these recipes online and figured out how I wanted to do it, and it came out perfect. It was so good. My husband was carving it, and then I also made Yorkshire pudding to go with it, and some mashed potatoes and green beans with butter and roasted pecans, and it was so delicious. It was the best Christmas dinner. And you can see some of the papers are repeating, so this one, because I made my album myself, this one was back here, but I tried to make the pages look pretty different, and I think that I did a good job with that. Even though what I think is interesting is there's sort of motifs that tie in. So I used the stars to match the paper on both of these, and then I added more, like here I used red stickers, and then here I used these clear and translucent stars. I used the wood grain letters here and I used some wood grain paper in the background on this. So I think it's kind of interesting how you could take the two similar sheets of paper. So it's the red with stars on this side, white on this side, and this one's same, but they look really different from each other. So kind of fun. Oh, some stamping down the side too. Another photo that I take every year is one of my two kids sitting in front of the Christmas tree after we've decorated it. I found that for years and years I was putting this photo up, and I always made the caption on Facebook, Christmas cuties. So now I have to get my Christmas cuties photo every year. Another first for me this year, in addition to getting Christmas tree lights on the outside of our house, was I haven't sent Christmas cards out for, I honestly don't know if I've ever sent Christmas cards out. So this year I've been having my new hobby is making cards, and I've been really enjoying it. So I made all these Christmas cards, and I was like, well, I better send them. So I sent Christmas cards out for the first time this year. I didn't send them to everyone who I normally would have wanted to because I didn't have enough, but I sent out every card that I had. So I have another one of these fancy pages with the sequins. Same thing. I just filled some sequins and sealed it off with the heat tool. More sequins, sealed it. More sequins, sealed it. Maybe I'll show how I did that. I think I have some video of that. So maybe you should look for that right here. This is a spread about the Christmas movies we watched this year. We watched a ton of movies over Christmas break because we didn't really travel and the weather was kind of crappy. And so my whole family, we just over and over, we gathered around the TV to watch movies. And we tried to kind of put it towards Christmas movies, but we had some others mixed in with that too. But these are some of the ones we watched. So I made a layout, just printed out the movie posters for each of them and did a rating for each of them. So the best one we watched was the Christmas Chronicles, which is a new movie on Netflix this year. And we all agreed it was an instant classic. We loved it. So funny, so cute. We watched The Man Who Invented Christmas. My husband and I liked it. The kids thought it was the most boring movie in the history of Earth. We watched Christmas Vacation, Die Hard 2. We've already watched Die Hard a couple times. And then we watched the Krampus movie without our youngest when he was at a sleepover, because I don't think he would have liked it. So just kind of fun. So another layout about Christmas morning. This is what it looked like after Santa came. So that's what I stamped out. Santa came with our stockings full to brimming and the Santa gifts that he brought for the kids. So again, this is a pretty simple page. I just put this down, added a few stickers, and then I stamped some stars and another so very happy magical moment kind of thing over there. All right, so this is actually two separate pages. So you should kind of look at it like this and then like this. So this one is about the kids jumping on the trampoline and how much fun they had over the rest of the Christmas break. And then this one is about our Christmas jammies. Just a really simple page. I added a lot of different layers behind it with some paper and washi, these vellum stars. It's on the sparkle paper, just, you know, Christmas Eve tradition. And then finally, we have the layout for New Year's Eve. So we didn't actually have champagne. We all had apple juice. So this is me toasting, and then my kids, the friend, and my husband all toasting on New Year's Eve. And there you have it. That's what wrapped up the Christmas season. So that's my album. Really fun one. It's very nice to have it done. I actually got it done the week after Christmas, which is unusual. And I've been enjoying it a lot. So thanks a lot for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, you might want to consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to have you.